Hello and welcome to Sacred Akashic Healing Arts channel. My name's Corinne, I'm one of your hosts, and today I'm going to be sharing a snippet from one of my own personal Akashic mentoring sessions with Valentina Matthews, who is the founder of Sacred Akashic Healing Arts, and she is my mentor and she's also my co-host of this channel. And I'm sharing snippets that I feel are going to help the collective in some way, be that an activation, some insight, some wisdom. And today, just to give a little bit of context, when I started my journey in the healing arts back in 2016, I first started training as a hypnotherapist then. So retraining, I'd worked 22 years in finance and I was guided to explore this modality. And when I started having clients come in and they'd sit in my chair, I'd just find myself like automatically putting my hands up. And I didn't really understand at the beginning why I was doing that, but I just allowed that to happen. And then I started to realize I was channeling energy through my hands. And over time, that got more and more intense, what was coming through my hands. And I had thought I'd seen, these Reiki courses, but I'd started to get into a point in my life where I decided I wasn't going to continue to do all this training because whilst I've trained with some amazing people in modalities around hypnotherapy, I actually realized I would take snippets and foundations from them. But naturally, I had a natural gift in these areas, working in the energy world, working in the quantum field. And I was really connecting into my soul, and my soul was really guiding me on that journey. And I was creating my own framework through that. But more recently, at the beginning of this year, when I was working with a crystal grid, I all of a sudden started to feel these like laser beams coming through my arms, and it was so intense. It was just like this laser of energy coming out of my hands. And in that same week, I'd started hearing Karuna Reiki being mentioned. So I was wondering, am I being guided to study this? So I wanted to explore this in the Akash and also find out a little bit more about what I was experiencing as these laser beams were coming out of my hands. So I want to share what came up because we can often on our journey as healers, as spiritual guides, we can feel like we just have to keep training. And whilst I'm certainly not saying you shouldn't do that if you're guided to do that, many of us that are in this field that are part of seeding in the new earth timelines, well, we have done this for millennia. This is who we are as beings, and we can actually start to plug into our own trainings from what we've done in other lifetimes. We don't necessarily always have to go through that work. And I think what comes out is might be really relevant to some people that are tuning into this right now. So let's just dive straight in.
Cultivating masters, teachers, and loved ones. Can you tell us about the laser beams coming from Corinne's hands? Is she already attuned to do Karuna Reiki, or is it something else? It's very strong, and it first happened with crystal grid work. Oh, there's these angelic crystal beings coming in and saying, "We're here with you. We're angelic angelic crystal beings." I'm saying, so it's the crystals that activated it. They're saying, yes, the crystals in the crystal grid activated the laser beams. I'm saying to them, thank you so much for being here. And they're like, we love being here. We're just this lovely, refined, like, it's like they're a quartz color. They're not like a fully solid, they're like a crystal quartz. Ah. I'm saying to them, can you tell us about the laser beams, and would it be good for Corinne to do Karuna Reiki? We love crystals. Thank you. Corinne loves crystals too. I'm saying to them, you're so gentle and kind of translucent. How come the beams from Corinne's hands were so strong? They're like crystals. They're so pretty and beautiful, but they're so strong. Is Corinne channeling crystalline? Yes, crystalline energy, crystalline energy. That's what's coming out. Saying thank you so much. Do you know about Corinne and Reiki or Karuna Reiki? They're saying, no, 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 not that, not that, not that, not that. They're saying this is Lemurian technology. I'm saying, yes, but Karuna Reiki is Lemurian. They're saying, she doesn't need to do all that.
Yeah, that was what I was getting in. No, I don't need to do it. So
Yeah,
that's so interesting.
isn't that funny? Yeah, it's like that's almost like the old Earth way of like, we'll learn this, and then we'll learn that, and then we'll get the next step, and then we'll plough the field.
Valentina, one day that would make an amazing shot. That was and it's just between us, but that was so funny. Exactly, that is so human.
Yeah, so they're like, just go straight. This is Lemurian crystalline technology, and you've got it, and you can just tune in and do that yourself. You don't need to study the book of the Karuna Reiki, which is great for people, but you've jumped timelines now anyway, so you don't have to plough the field anymore.
Would they
Which is
suggest that?
funny, sorry, because
So
it's
funny.
actually rude in old medieval times because it means having sex with a woman. I've seen that in old, no, not medieval, in Vikings. I love watching Vikings and the uh, Lost Kingdom, the Last Kingdom. Yeah, and when they talk about having sex, the men talk about having sex with a woman. They talk about ploughing the field, ploughing her. So not ploughing,
Not plowing the field.
not doing that. But yeah,
Do they want me to? Is it because normally, I mean, I do. Is it worth me doing it with crystal? Mind you, I guess then I can't go like that. Would they
yeah.
like me to build something around my hands?
Oh, they would
Create.
love that, especially with silver. Even if you don't have silver, silver ribbons, silver, 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 silver ribbons. Yeah, that would be gorgeous.
Nice. Okay, I
Yeah,
love
just do it. You're already doing it. Just keep doing it. Yeah.
fun.
I'm saying, what about the concept that they teach in the Karuna or in the advanced Reiki about beaming, sending it? They said, well, she's just doing it. She's just doing it. She knows she's beaming. And yeah, just practice on your house to sell it, just like beam everywhere. Sell the house, beaming, giving the house all the beautiful energy so that it's ready to let go and harmonize and understand that it's being given to another custodian, just like a crystal would be given to another custodian or get to choose its custodian. Beam the house. They're saying, yes, yes, yes. Beam the house, and the house can choose the next person, like we crystals like to choose the next person.
Yeah, I love that. And I felt that with the house. I felt like it's got a destiny and there's some amazing people or family that's coming here that the house is
Yeah,
going to nurture.
yeah,
So I'll be in the house.
beam the house. Yeah, and that releases you and releases the house they're showing. That's like it elevates and releases. Wow, such a good thing to get through. Yeah. Okay, so now we'll look at the billboard. Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah, okay, so big breath in. Oh, thank you, angels.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
crystalline angels. Okay, so they're saying before they go that ploughing the field, even though it's not used in the way the Vikings use it, they say now you'll look at people who are still on that slightly lower timeline where they're still digging up everything and going through everything, and you'll be looking at them and they'll be like, and you'll be like, oh my God, they're out there ploughing the field. Like, these crystalline angels are just going, it's those feelings.
Oh man, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
So they just wanted to let us know that they liked that joke and that you'll see people doing that are, because and it's much easier to just you're in the new earth energies now. Okay, so big breath in. Thank you, crystalline angels.
So how amazing was that? I just absolutely loved getting that information. I loved the crystal angels that came through, and it really confirmed what I knew inside, that I no longer, I've moved away from ploughing the fields. That's really been a journey that I've been on since retraining, and it's been, little by little deprogramming those programs that keep us stuck in the slave matrix, in the false matrix, to be able to really move into the new earth timelines. And since working with Valentina in January in the mentoring, that's really taken on a new level in terms of how I spend my time now. So whilst I'd already been slowing down and changing that, it's really expanded. So 80% of my time now is spent really on energy, on harmonizing the energies within myself, on really clearing out any interference and just holding those containers of pure crystalline energy, and then calling in guided actions and just acting when it's something that is aligned and guided. So really, by asking that question, I've saved myself a lot of money, time and energy that I didn't need to be spending. And when she brought through about beaming my house and releasing my house and calling in the next guidance of my house, well, I did that, and I just put my house up for sale on the 24th of March, and that was filmed on the 27th of March. I did that. I beamed the house, I released the house, I called in the next guardians on the 30th of March. They showed up on my doorstep. They didn't even have an appointment. They'd booked an appointment for the house down the road, and they showed up at my road, and within a day they'd put an offer in, and we'd agreed a sale on the house. So it just shows how powerful we are when we really use the gifts that we've got and really trust ourselves and work on energy rather, so that was me just working energetic wise, and boom, they show up at my door. I didn't have to go out trying to find them. I didn't even have a for sale sign out on the house. It was so easy, and I've started to see how everything just clicks into place so much easier when we focus our time on harmonization and ordering of energy. So if you are, perhaps you're in a position right now where you're wondering whether to invest time into something, you're just not quite sure, like sometimes this is a trust and a confidence issue. I know I've done training in the past where really I did the training and thought I didn't really need to do that. And whilst, like I said before, I've trained with some amazing people, some of the training I've done, I didn't need to do that. It was almost like this program where I just didn't feel good enough, and I had to keep proving that I was good enough by getting more and more qualifications, which I let go of a long time ago. So sometimes we have that program that is pushing us to do something that we don't really need to do. So we have an Akashic Hour segment. So if you want to have an opportunity to get a question answered for free in the Akash, then leave a comment in the comment section. Start with question, add on your name. We need your full name, including middle names, because we need that to get permission to go into your Akash and open up your records, and then follow it by your question, and you can have a chance of having your question answered. Or you could also check out in the description below the links to Valentina's website, and it includes a link to her practitioner page where you can book a personal Akashic reading with her graduates. It saves a lot of time, energy and money when we can ask these questions really directly to our souls. So hopefully you enjoyed that, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you.